What is up, you guys? It is Brad here, and welcome back to the BrickLink room. Today I am back with another BrickLink vlog, and I'm excited to show you guys what I'm going to be up to. In the last vlog, I talked to you guys about how I want BrickLink to be a more large part of my LEGO operations here in 2025, and I've got a lot of really cool things coming, and I'm working really hard on the BrickLink store, and I'm documenting the whole thing here on video. So I've got a few sets right here off to the side that are actually for someone in my lug. They messaged me. I sent the list of all the sets that I was selling there, and they messaged me. So I'll set these aside for them for the next lug meeting. I'll probably find somewhere better for them to go, but they'll go there for now. Also, this is really funny, but I think I shared this in a vlog on my other channel, but I found a box up top of my shelves in one of these pink boxes way up here of over 400 of these LEGO door pieces. I think I bought these doors in either 2016 or 2017 for like $1 or $2. It was from Bricks on the Dollar. He was doing bulk LEGO where you can fill a bag, and there just was a million doors there. And I made a joke to him. I'm like, can I buy a whole bag of doors for like $1 or $2? And he was like, yes, please. So I paid like 1 or 2 USD for 400 and some doors. And in that vlog, I pulled them out. I was like, what do I do with them? So I ended up just like weighing them out, got how many I had. I didn't count them. I used the counting scale, and then listed them in my BrickLink store for the average 6-month sales value. Well, guess what, you guys? I actually just got an order where somebody ordered 440 of the 446 doors. So that is insane. It was like 100 and some USD because these are 28 cents a door. So I sent them the invoice. I really hope they pay for the order, but I had to put it in this box here to get the shipping estimate. I literally just put them in the store a few weeks ago now. I was shocked that somebody bought them. I thought for sure they would sit there for forever basically and just sell 1 or 2 at a time. I have no idea why they may want 440 of those doors, but I am really hoping that they pay for this order. I just sold this little guy right here for like 20 bucks on BrickLink. This is the LEGO Fortnite Supply Llama make and take event. I probably should have listed it for a little bit more than $20 because I think I'm the only one on BrickLink that's selling it, but that's okay. I should have done my due diligence back then, but it's been sold now, so I'm going to go ahead and pack that out. It's going to a buyer in the US. In the last vlog, I showed you guys that I did put these storage organizers back here in the LEGO room, and I just wanted to show you I did some of the labeling. This drawer here is supposed to be for my personal videos for like my YouTube channel, but there's nothing in there. Right up here, I've got all these Ziploc bags. I've got a few different ones in a couple different sizes to make them easy to grab. Here, I've just got all my sig figs and merch and stuff like that, so stickers, business cards, all that good stuff. I've also got all my small Ziploc bags, large not Ziploc bags. These are the LEGO bags that I use to pack orders. These right here are Ziploc bags. Down below that, I've just got a bunch of random, I think, products for videos. And then below that, I've got just more things from videos, like third-party LEGO products and stuff like that. So very happy that I finally started using these organizers a little bit more efficiently. Guys, great news. The order for all of the LEGO doors was paid for. I did reduce the shipping a little because the buyer did say it was a little too high and they wanted to cancel the order. And I'm like, no, please don't cancel the order. I want these doors out of my inventory. So I am paying for some of their shipping costs just to get them out, but it's totally worth it to me. But I've got the doors all packed here. It's nice and secure. You would not believe that there's 440 doors on the inside there, but I am so excited to see these out of my life for good. This is very exciting. So they ordered all but 6 of them. So 6 of them will remain in my inventory, and 440 of them are going to their new home in the USA. This is awesome. Also, I was just at the LEGO store and I got 2 Pick-A-Brick boxes, one for myself and one for my BrickLink store. On the wall, they had a bunch of 1x2 in transparent red bricks, so I grabbed a box of them for the BrickLink store, and because I spent over $100, they gave me a second one of the botanical poly bags, which I'm going to go ahead and add to the BrickLink store as well. So here is the Pick-A-Brick cup I got earlier from the LEGO store of all of the 1x2 bricks, basically, that I just have to add to my store now. So I've got my counting scale right here. I got my Pick-A-Brick cup, and I'm going to count and see how many pieces I got. So it just goes to show that you can definitely get more pieces in the box than you can the cup, because theoretically I'd have to put the lid on the cup right now and be done with it. But there's only 447 in there, and I've got, less than 50 or so here in the box still. So definitely a better value, but it costs $2 more. So I guess it's probably not a better value. It's probably about the same. Sweet, it looks like I got a total of 491 of these pieces. Also, in case you're wondering about the value of these Pick-A-Brick cups, I'm adding them to the store right here. This is a part. It's going to be for sale for 6 cents a part. I have 491 of them. I paid $21.99 plus taxes Canadian for the cup. So with taxes, that's about 18 USD, which means that this is about 4 US cents a piece, and I'm selling it for 6 cents. So not that much more of a margin. Like if I go to add them to my store inventory, as I said, this cup here cost me roughly $17 to buy. And if I put all 491 in my store, it's about $29. So if I sell all these pieces, it's about $10 profit. So actually not as much as I thought it would be. I guess that wasn't the best investment maybe. And I say it's probably not the best investment because now I have to sit, I just spent $20 to sit on this inventory just to make like $10. Probably not the best investment. I didn't look at the part online actually. I just thought it would be pretty cool to add to the store. I'm not really a BrickLinker. I'm just trying to expand my BrickLink store. So you win some, you lose some. I'm like, oh, maybe I should cut this out of the video. It'll make me kind of look stupid. But then I was like, no, I got to share this knowledge with people. So yes, if you flip all these parts, you can make, you know, about double. It's about 20. As I said, adding this all to my cart is about 29 USD, and I paid about 17 for the cup. So not terrible. I'm almost doubling it. 1.5 times it if I sell the part, that is, of course. This is looking a little different than the last time I updated you guys, and that's because I've been doing something here in my Lego room, trying to basically declutter my Lego collection. So I actually went through my closet that's over here that, again, you guys don't normally see in this vlog because these are all my personal sets, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and added a bunch of them to the BrickLink store. All of these sets here are ones that I don't currently have in my collection, like I'm working on trying to sell them. Like anything here is something I have to sell. It's probably a duplicate set. But again, these are all ones that I don't currently have in my collection, and that is just because I am trying to declutter a little bit. So I thought it might be a good idea to list some of these. Some of them are listed a little bit high because I don't know if I really want to sell them or not, but for that price I would. So I'm just trying to declutter the Lego room a bit. These are sets that I've kind of guessed and estimated that I'm not going to actually build or don't necessarily need anymore. A lot of them are like gifted purchases and things like that. So listed them all in my store. They're all there now for about, it's just a price between the last 6 months sales as well as what's currently listed on BrickLink. It's like an average of the two prices. So I'm excited. There's over 60 sets right here. So definitely go check them out if you're interested. And I've also received a few orders now, so I'm going to go ahead and pack them. I forgot to film this order before I put it in the envelope here, but I actually just packed an order that's going to Belgium. It had 12 Lego pieces in it. The total was 67 cents USD. Shipping's going to be $18 for 67 cents worth of parts. That's insane. Shipping, of course, is expensive internationally, and I don't know. I think it's crazy. Those are not rare parts you guys saw. It's only 67 cents worth. I would have assumed that that person in Belgium would have been able to get those Lego parts for a lot less if they bought them in Belgium or anywhere in Europe. I don't understand why they ordered them all the way from North America, just that one single part, and I thought for sure once I sent the invoice with that much shipping, because it's genuinely going to cost that much, but I thought for sure when I sent the invoice they would go ahead and cancel their order, but they didn't, so that's why I don't understand people sometimes. That's wild. Same with this order I just packed from the USA. This one is 97 US cents, and these are all of the pieces that are here. But shipping on this one is $12. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Like, you think you'd be able to find these in the US for significantly cheaper. I don't know. Wild. Like, every time I get one of these orders and I send an invoice, I'm, like, expecting the buyer to write me back and be like, I'm not paying for shipping. Like, and I would totally cancel the order. Like, that makes a lot of sense. And then I get the payment, and I'm like, okay, I guess you do you. At my lug meeting the other day, there was a gentleman there who was selling, like, bags of Lego parts like this from sets or whatever. He was selling it either $3 a bag or 2 for $5. I picked up $15 worth. I got this bag. This is 2 bags right here. These parts, this part, and these parts. I picked up 2 of them because I need these for my Lego collection. These are staircase pieces. It's actually pretty remarkable because all of these staircases were $5 plus these parts here, plus these parts here. There's actually 100 of these 2x4 slopes in white. I don't need 100 in my Lego collection. That's why I'm going to be adding into the BrickLink store here. So keep in mind, I paid $5 for all of these stairs, whatever these parts are, and 100 of these 2x4 slopes. So let's go add these to the BrickLink inventory to see how many slopes I actually got and the value there. So these are worth 10 US cents each, which is amazing. I got 100 of them, which of course means I just added 10 US dollars of Lego parts to my store that I paid $5 for, and I still have all this as well. So that was really an incredible deal. In one of the other bags, I got 4 of these brand new of the satin 2x4 bricks, which is really cool. 4 of them. I actually should figure out which set they come in, but I'm listing these for $1.27 each, and I paid $3 for the entire bag. epic. This is such a good deal. I forgot to show you what I was working on, but I went to the Lego store the other day and I picked up 5 of these Pick-a-Brick boxes filled of Lego parts, and I made a whole separate video on this on the also here on the main channel of doing all this organizing and sorting. And basically I got over 4,600 different Lego parts inside these 5 Pick-a-Brick boxes. All of the parts have been sorted and added to my BrickLink store. I spent an initial investment of about $85, I think it was, USD, for all of these boxes, and I added over $400 worth of parts to my BrickLink store. I 5 times my initial investment. So this was amazing. As I said, I made an entire video about this on my main channel. You guys will just have to go check that out. I wanted to see whether or not buying parts for the BrickLink store from Pick-a-Brick were actually worth it or not, and I've learned that it was. So I'm very, very excited to have added over 4,000 new parts to the store, which now actually brings my store's inventory to 71,804 Lego pieces. All right, so now that all of these parts have been officially added to the store and the video I was filming about them are done, I need to go ahead and put them in the inventory. Most of these parts are brand new, so they don't have lots, but there were 4 here that do have existing locations, so I just noted them in my spreadsheet there. So I'm going to go ahead and add those ones to those existing locations or make new ones for some of them that have the small bags that have new quantities of 315. But yeah, going to add these to the store now and get them all put away into the inventory here. All right, all the parts are put away now. A bunch of them did go in the inventory here, but because some of them are in such large quantities, they had to go in this drawer right here. So I'm gonna have to come up with a better solution for parts that I just have so many of that don't fit in these regular storage bins. Probably start converting some of these to overstock parts and stuff like that. But for now, this works because there's so few lots in here. It won't be too hard to track down when somebody orders them. But eventually, as the store continues to grow, this is not going to be sustainable because I need a better system to know where every part is. Like, these are all numbered, so it's easy to pull. This, once I get a couple drawers of this, is not going to be as easy. So that'll be a solution for a few weeks from now when I continue building the store inventory. But I realized I also forgot to add some of the masonry bricks yesterday. Like I forgot to hit submit to order or something like that, or add to store. So turns out I now actually have 72,000 pieces in the store, which is really exciting. I just got back from Costco where I picked up a bunch of the copies of this Lego set right here, which is set number 80117, the Good Fortune. This one's got 1,021 pieces. It retails for $120 here in Canada, but Costco had them on sale for 39 bucks. 39 bucks for 1,000 pieces is absolutely insane. I got 7 of them, 5 for the BrickLink store, 1 for my personal collection, and 1 for a friend who mentioned they wanted a copy. I probably could have got more because I have no doubt that this one's going to sell because of how good 1,000 bucks is, or 1,000 pieces is for, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. So I'm really excited about that one, and I'm going to work on trying to part these out. I also just got back from the Lego store where I picked up a couple more Pick-a-Brick cups. I only picked up 2 this time because the part selection wasn't as crazy as the part selection was last week. A lot of the people had gone to the Pick-a-Brick wall when they got their shipment on Tuesday, so I kind of got the leftovers, but I did pick up 2 boxes here. It's a mixture of things for both my personal collection as well as the BrickLink store. So I'm going to go ahead and open these cups up now and sort the parts out. As you guys can see, I was able to fit a lot of parts in both of these cups. Here are all the pieces that I got in the first cup right here. You guys can see a bunch of these 1x3 bricks, some like headlight bricks right here, more flower pieces, flames, a couple of these dots just to fill space, and even some of these 1x1 rounded tiles, again just to sort of fill space, and also the 1x1 trans clear tile. I think that's all the pieces in this box. And then in the second box here, I got more of these leaf pieces right here. I got these flowers in blue because I don't have any of those in that color. More of the green stems. I got a bunch of these little flowers, both in yellow and in the lavender color. More of these green stems right here, some 1x3 jumper plates right here, some more of these 1x1 tiles, and then I think like just a few stragglers of these leaf pieces. So I finished sorting all the parts here, which has been really good. So here is just like a little overview of kind of all the quantities and things that I got. It's pretty impressive that in 2 full boxes, I almost got a full cup of the leaf pieces and a full cup of the 1x3 bricks. I stacked those together, so obviously I got a lot more, but it is pretty crazy how many more pieces you can get. So now I'm just going to do my classic, go ahead and weigh everything and add a bunch to my BrickLink store. I'm probably going to keep about half of these, some of these, and the rest of the parts are good to go. And then these are 4 random pieces that just made their way into my box somehow. So these are the 3 parts that I ended up keeping. I kept all of these. I didn't put any in the store just because I don't have any in my personal collection of that color. And then I kept a handful of the lavender flowers, as well as a little bit more than a handful of the yellow flowers. And the rest of these parts all got added to the BrickLink store. They are all already in the store. I was able to add a total part value of $146.56 American,
which is great because I spent 44 Canadian, which is like 28, 30 bucks Canadian. So I really got my money's worth there. And I was able to add 2,645 new parts to the store. And obviously the parts added to the store aren't very useful unless they sell. So I am hoping that these parts are good enough that some people will buy them. So next step is, of course, just to actually put them away in the inventory. But I'm glad to be getting both my inventory value up as well as the variety and stuff like that as well. Because a lot of these parts, like flowers, people want a big quantity of. So excited to add these to the store.
All right, now that most of the parts from the Pick-a-Brick Cup are put away, it's time to do a part out of the other sets I picked up earlier in this video. That is the Good Fortune from the Chinese New Year. This one is set number 80117. As you guys can see, I've got 5 of them now. So this will take a long time to part out, but it's going to be worth it, adding over 5,000 new Lego parts to the store. All right, so all of the parts have been parted out right here, which has been really good. So you guys can see there are a ton of parts in this set, over 5,000. I just spent probably over an hour sorting, and you guys can see there was a lot of bags here as well in this set. So the only one that I've already put in a lot were these ones right here, because I know I don't have these in the BrickLink store already, and they are so large, they're just going to go in the oversized bin. So now that I've got all of this parted out, it's probably time to go grab the computer so I can start beginning the parts upload. I've still been working on just putting the parts and stuff like that away. You guys can still see there's a lot of parts here. A lot of them are down here, and I haven't even cleaned up the bags or anything yet, but I did have to make new lots for the BrickLink store, and I still have all of this left to do, so I'll probably finish that up tomorrow night or something like that. All right, so I just added 2 new CMFs to my store here. These are just ones that I got duplicates of, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the bin right here with all the other CMFs I've got for sale. And with that, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's BrickLink vlog. I really hope you guys have been enjoying a little bit more of the behind the scenes about my BrickLink store. I know I'm still just a relatively small store, but I see a lot of potential in BrickLink growth this year, and I'm excited to be going on this journey and, of course, documenting it for you guys. If any of you are BrickLink sellers or anything like that, feel free to give me some tips and tricks down in the comments below. You know, I have been doing this for many years, but obviously I still have a lot to learn as I grow the store, so any tips are definitely appreciated. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all here in the next one.